Okay, so hi everyone, welcome to Elko Exploration. So today we are going to see a new problem in DSA. So how to recover binary search tree? Okay, so this is basically a lead code question. So let me walk you through the problem statement first. They will be giving us the root of the binary search tree, where the values of exactly two nodes of the tree were swapped by mistake. Okay, and we need to recover it. Okay, so for those who have understood this question, well and good. But for those who didn't, this is the example. Okay, so this is the binary search tree. Now talking about the binary search tree, if I'm standing over here, the values on the left hand side has to be lesser, and the values on the right hand side has to be greater, right? So if I take a look on this, okay, 3, 1, which are smaller than 6, which is fine, but 7 is greater than 6. This one is wrong, right? Taking a look on the right hand side, 8 and 9, which is greater than 6, which is fine, but 4, which is smaller. So this one is wrong. Okay. So these two are the culprits. Okay. So we need to swap them back. So let's say if I swap, 4 will come over here and 7 will come over here. Now, if I take a look on this, okay, you can see that this is binary search. Okay. So I hope that you got the question. Now let's see that how we can solve. Now see, there is a prerequisite, okay, for solving this question efficiently. That is in-order traversal. If you don't know what is in-order traversal and how to do that, I have already created a video. The link will be in the description as well as on the I button. You can go watch that video first and then come. Okay. Now, if I do the in-order traversal of the binary search tree, we know that the list will be in a sorted order, right? So let me just have the in-order traversal over here. So 1 will come, then 3, then 7, then 6, 4, 8, and 9. Okay. Now, how to check whether the given list is in a sorted order or in a sequence? I just need to compare the previous value. If the previous value is smaller, then we need to keep on moving. But at any time, if the previous value is greater, okay, the list is not in a sequence. Okay. So see, since I need to check the previous value, so I can't start from here, obviously, right? Because one doesn't have any previous value. So I need to start from the first index. Okay. Now I will be going to have this will be the current value and this will be the previous value. Okay. I will be going to have first to store the first culprit. Okay. So, and the second to store the second culprit. Because in the question they are saying that two values has been swapped. Okay. Two nodes has been swapped. So first and second. Now I'll start the comparison. Current is this, previous is this. Over here, I can see that the previous is smaller. So I'll just move forward. Okay. Now, current is 7, previous is 3. Now, over here, I can see that previous is smaller. So again, I need to keep on moving. Now, over here, you can see that current is 6, previous is 7. Previous value is not smaller, it is greater. So we found the first culprit, okay, which is 7. But 6 might be the second culprit. 6 might be the second culprit. Okay. So why I'm saying that? Because there might be a chance that the two nodes that has been swapped by mistake are the adjacent node. Are the adjacent node. Okay. So this might be these two culprit. Okay. But it might also happen that the two swap nodes are not adjacent. So over here we can see that in this example, 7 and 4 are the two culprits, right? That has been swapped by mistake. So they are not adjacent. Okay. But it might happen that for another example, the swapped one are adjacent to each other. Due to that reason, this will be the first one and this will be the second one. Okay. So I'll store 7 over here and 6 over here. Okay. And I need to keep on moving further. I need to keep on moving further. If there is a second violation, then I can say that that second culprit is present over there. I hope that you got it. Okay. So now I need to keep on moving. Now, previous and current will be moved on. So the current is 4 and the previous value is 6. over here I can see that 6 is greater than 4. So we found the second culprit, which is 4. Okay. So I need to update it. Okay. So these two values has been swapped by mistake. Okay. Now this was easy because we were uh, comparing in the list. Okay. Now see the same idea that we will be applying over here as well. How? We will be comparing the current node value with the previous one. Now the question arises, Sami, how we will be going to find the previous value? See, it is simple. Since you know the in-order traversal, if I'm standing over here, the previous of 6 is 7. Okay, because see, obviously, if I'm going over here, the previous is 7. Let's talk about 3. The previous of 3 is 1. Let's talk about 7. The previous of 7 is 3. How? I hope that you got it. Okay. Let's talk about 9. The previous of 9 is 8. How? If I traverse it, if I'm standing over here, from where did I came? I came from 8. So previous of 9 is 8. I hope that you got it. Okay. So now let's have a dry run over here. See, instead of storing the value, I will be storing the reference now. Okay. So previous, initially all the reference will be null. Okay. Now I will be going to have the in order traversal. See guys, make sure that you know the in order traversal as well. First, we need to go on the left. Then we need to process the root. And then only we need to go on the right. So this is the in order traversal. Okay. Now over here, processing the root can be anything. Either you want to print it or you want to have some another logic. It can be anything. Okay. So now if I'm standing over here, I need to go on the left. And this thing has to apply on each and every node. If I'm standing over here, I need to go on the left. If I'm standing over here, I need to go on the left. Okay, right? But over here, I can see that no node is there. So I need to come over here. Okay, process the node. Now, since I'm standing over here, so this one will be acting as a previous. This one will be acting as a previous. Why? Because I have to go on the right hand side, right? So if there is one node present over here, so I need to compare this one with this, right? Because for this node, this one will be acting as a previous. So before moving, make sure that you are storing this reference in the previous variable. Okay. So now the previous will be 1. Okay. I believe that you got. So this one will be the previous. Okay. Now over here, I can see that no node is present on the right. So I will be going at the 3. Okay. So 3 will be acting as a current. Okay. Now, if 3 is acting as a current, I will be comparing current value with previous value. Over here, I can see that previous value is smaller than the current value. Okay. So I need to keep on moving further. Okay. I will be standing over here, then going at this 7. Obviously, right hand side. Okay. Now see, as I told you, before moving further, make sure that you are storing that current node address into the previous variable. Okay. So this will be the previous and this will be the current. Again, compare it. Is previous lesser than current? Yes, it is. Keep on moving further. So now this will be acting as a previous and this one will be acting as a current. Check. Is the previous greater than, sorry, the previous smaller than the current? Over here, I can see that no, it's not. Okay. So we found the first culprit. So first will be address of 7. Okay. Address of this node. I mean to say. Okay. Again, guys, I'm not storing value over here. I'm storing the address. Just for your since I'm explaining you, that is the reason I am putting 7 over here. But basically the address of 7 will be stored. Now this will be 6. Okay. I hope that you got from this. This too might be the culprit. Okay. So now I need to keep on moving further. Now, since I'm moving further, so this one will be the previous and this one will be the current. Okay. Guys, this one will be not correct. Why? See, this is the next of 6. Okay. So I need to check. Previous is greater. So we found the next culprit. Okay. So I will be storing the address of 4, the reference of 4. Okay. After the second violation, I can stop. After the second violation, I can stop. Okay. So this was a dry run. I hope that you got it. Okay. So, but if you didn't, I have put the code over here, basically a pseudocode. Okay. You can dry run it by yourself as well. Okay. Now I'll just explain how the code. Now see, initially the root will be given. Obviously, if the root is null, I don't need to do anything. I just need to return null. Okay. Now in order traversal on left. And here comes the logic. Sorry, here comes the logic. Okay. If the previous is null, obviously initially the previous will be null. Okay. I don't need to do anything. I just need to come over here and the current reference has to be stored in the previous. Okay. Has to be stored in the previous. Okay. And then I need to go on the right. Now, if the right is there, if the right node is there, so over here we can see that, let's say this is the previous and this is the current. Okay, the right node is there. So over here I can see that the previous is not null. So I will be going to compare previous value with the current value. Okay, that means the root value. If at any point previous value is found out to be greater than the current, if the first is null, so I need to store that previous inside the first. Okay, and the current at the second. So over here you can see that initially when 7 was greater than 6, I store 7 as first and the current node as second. Okay, I believe that you got it. Okay, now the thing is that if there is a second violation, okay, so current is this, previous is this, previous is greater, okay, and first is already been not null, and first is not null, okay, first is not null, so the current value, the root value has been stored in the second, okay, which we have seen in this case. Okay, so I hope that you got it. Okay, now see, this was the code. Again, if you didn't understand, I will be highly recommending you to please try run it by yourself as well. Okay, so this is considered to be the medium question. Okay, so talking about the time complexity of this. So over here, I've just done the in-order traversal. Okay, so if you know the time complexity of the in-order traversal, it will be order of n. Okay, and talking about the space complexity, we have taken the stack space, right? So it will be n. Okay, so I hope that you got it. Okay, again, guys, if you didn't understand, please first learn about the in-order traversal. Okay, and then come over here to watch this video. Okay, so that's it. I believe that you got it. That's it from my side. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, keep practicing.